Enjoy the journey of learning with Anil Kumar and master the strategies. Here we are discussing solution of question number 6 from our test paper on advanced functions, a prerequisite for calculus. Question number 6 is find the horizontal and vertical asymptotes of the function. We are given y equals to 2x square over x square plus 3x minus 4. Now vertical asymptote are those which are because of denominator being 0 without having any factor on the numerator which could cancel it. So let's factor and figure out what could be the vertical asymptote. So we'll begin with vertical asymptote first and then get to horizontal asymptotes. We have x squared plus 3x minus 4 in the denominator, which is a quadratic function and we can always factor it. We are looking for a product of minus 7, sum of plus 3, so x plus 4, product of minus 4, and sum of 3, so x plus 4, x minus 1 works. So from here, it's very clear that the vertical asymptote exists when denominator is 0, means x plus 4 equals to 0. And that gives you x equals to minus 4. And the other one will be when the other factor, which is x minus 1, is equal to 0, that is x equals to 1. So the vertical asymptotes are at x equals to minus 4 and 1. Perfect. Now let's figure out how do we find the horizontal asymptote. Now horizontal asymptote is a point. Basically, horizontal asymptote is when x approaches positive infinity, y should approach a value, a real value. Same is the case when x approaches negative infinity, y should approach a real value. Now these values could be different, not necessarily the same. Perfect. So that is how we define horizontal asymptote. Now in this case, we see that the degree of numerator and denominator is same, and therefore quickly we can also write down that horizontal asymptote is for x equals to 2, the ratio of leading coefficients of numerator and denominator. But in this video, I'll try to show you how we get that, right? So let's work on it. So we get y equals to 2x square over x square plus 3x minus 4. We can divide by x square, right? So, or take x square common. So if I take x square common, let me write like this, right? Then what do we have here? X square common. So we have 1 plus 3 over x minus 4 over x square. You see that? Now, x square and x square will cancel. We are left with 2. Now, when x approaches large value, whether it's positive or negative, then 3 by x approaches 0, right? Even 4 by x square also approaches 0. So these values approach 0 and we are left with 1 there, right? So we can say that y approach a value which is 2. Since y is approaching a real number 2, we have a horizontal asymptote. Makes sense. So we get our result that horizontal asymptote is x equals to 2, right? So we can say that the horizontal asymptote is x equals to 2. Perfect. So this is the algebraic method of showing what will be the horizontal asymptote. Now as an added exercise, what you could do is sketch this function. It will be very interesting. So at that time, you have to also discuss while approaching the asymptotes, for example, the horizontal asymptotes, whether the function is approaching from above or from below. Similarly, for vertical asymptotes also, you should see whether they are approaching from the left side when they approach, whether it's going to positive negative or positive infinity or negative infinity, correct? So those are another important aspects which you should look into to get fully prepared for this particular exam. I hope it makes sense. Feel free to write your comment, share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Look for solutions of many other questions from our playlist. Thanks and have a great day.